Hello, my name is Bryce Tubbs. With me today is Alan Scholnick. He is a certified professional coach, mentor, leadership practitioner, and financial executive at Alan Scholnick Coaching and Consulting LLC. I cannot wait to share this conversation with you. You know, this guy is a wealth of information, and I cannot wait to really tap into this and really see what value he can bring. Thank you so much for coming on the show today, Alan.
Thank you, Bryce. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. And before we go any further, for those watching, if you're watching this from any location that is outside of our free community, I just want to personally invite you inside. It's taken a very, very, very long time to foster such a positive group of people. So if that's you, click the link either above or below the video. Join us inside. Now, Alan, what was life like, before you got into coaching, consulting, and mentoring? And really, what was the catalyst that brought you into the space?
The catalyst for me was really, I actually met a coach 20 years ago. And one of the things that they said to me was, what's holding you back from sharing your gift and following your passion? And just that simple statement started me on my journey and ended up me really following coaching and servant leadership.
Let me ask you this question. So nowadays, who do you work with? Because I know you have a lot of experience and you can help a lot of people. Like, who are the main people that come to you nowadays?
Well, for me, and this is one of the things that I really want people to understand, is everyone's a leader, right? You're a leader leaders don't only exist in corporations or government, or everyone's a leader. People decide to follow you, whether it's family, social, if it's work. And so every one of us is a leader. So I work with people from all aspects, whether it's from the C-suite in a corporation, whether it's a new manager, a middle manager, whether it's someone running a social organization. I just work with any leader who's looking to really influence others, really lead others, energize people, and develop not only their teams and those around them, but also themselves.
Nice. Let me ask you kind of this question. So everybody's a leader, and oftentimes there are different things that are ailing us. Maybe we have a misconception of what leadership actually is. Maybe can you talk about what problems are people generally trying to solve when they work with you?
Yep. So what I can talk about really is that, when people, and I want to change that a little bit. I don't want to call them problems. I want to call them opportunities, right? So sometimes as a leader or as a team as well, because I also work with teams, so I do team coaching as well, but they may feel stuck or overwhelmed. And that's an opportunity to really focus on that and move forward. How do we break out of this place we're in, which sometimes is our comfort zone, and move forward and go to the next level and grow and develop ourselves and others. Also, sometimes they have received feedback and they don't know what to do with it. And I see feedback as a gift. It's like any other gift. So you get this gift and then you have to decide, okay, what am I going to do with that? And I reflect upon that. And sometimes I'm really not sure what to do with it. And that's how coaching really helps you really dive into that and understand, okay, I've got this feedback. What do I want to do with it? Then also looking at, self-awareness. If someone wants to really explore their just self-awareness about themselves, about their team, about their organization, and really understand, what is it about me? And, and there's these really great tools out there that allow you to have different workshops or different conversations that allow you to validate, okay, this is what I do and this is what others see. Great, validated that. These are some things others see that I don't even realize I do. And some of them are amazing and you don't realize it. Some of them, yes, you have to take notice of and say, ooh, what should I do with that? And then there's other ones that you have, that you do, but others don't see it because you're holding it back. Mm-hmm. And sometimes there's a lot of great things inside you that you hold back that others don't get really experience. And then through these dialogues, you also get to explore things that neither you're really self-aware of or the people around you aren't aware of either. But that's how, some of these tools allow your self-awareness to grow. And then also team dynamics. It's the same thing as where a team may feel stuck or may feel overwhelmed or maybe have gotten feedback from another group or another stakeholder, and they're just looking, okay, how do we grow and continuously improve as a team? And that's just working on team dynamics.
That's
But
interesting. Yeah.
yeah, but they're all opportunities. They're not problems.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually a great reframe. And two of the things you're talking about with like the self-awareness and the feedback. You know, maybe can you talk about how to not take things personally? Because we oftentimes hide things inside of us because maybe we're afraid of if we let them out, maybe we won't do well, or if we do feedback and we accept the feedback, maybe they'll think that we're not good enough or we just don't know what we're doing.
hmm And that's how sometimes people feel stuck or feel kind of like a victim or not sure what to do, or because they keep hearing this voice, I'm not good enough. One of the great things about exploring and coaching through feedback is also learning how to give feedback. Learning how to give feedback in such a way that it's received the way you want it to be received. And that's really about working with, what are your intentions of giving the feedback? And then really understanding how do you take the emotions out of it and talk about, the behaviors and what you want to see and kind of how you feel. And then also understanding how people receive feedback
Mm.
and then understanding, okay, where are they on, there's something called a feedback staircase. Where are they on there? So you as the provider of the feedback, understand where they are and let them be there.
Mm.
Let them take that journey up that staircase. But sometimes if you position the feedback in a really good way, you get them higher on that staircase than if you would deliver it in such a way that they would start all the way at the bottom.
Mm.
And it's really about techniques and tools of just really understanding how to give feedback and also how to receive feedback.
Wow, that's cool. I never heard of the concept of the feedback staircase. Thank you for that. Wow, that's
You're welcome.
cool. That's really cool. I guess everything has like stages and stuff, so that's nice. Let me ask you this question. So talking about like self-awareness, or even thinking about maybe what some of your strengths are for people who might be saying in their mind, I don't have any strengths. I'm not very good. Maybe can you talk about one or two ways they can start really looking for their strengths and identifying them?
Yep. So there's a whole bunch of ways to do it. I mean, one of the easiest ways to find your strengths, there's a tool out there called Strength Finders.
Oh.
And it's an assessment and it's a tool, and that can give you insight into your strengths. There's a lot of tools that you can use to get 360 feedback from others. There's also a lot of tools where you can just start, I mean, think about when you apply for a job, right?
Mm.
And you're listing about some of the criteria and what you bring to that interview. We're so we're we're, it's so easy for us to find our weaknesses or the areas we need to improve, but we don't spend as much time on our strengths. And once you identify them, you can really leverage them. And it's so much easier for someone to spend time improving their strengths than improving their weaknesses. Now, I'm not saying don't do that. Of course, yeah, you have to round yourself, but think about the impact or how much ROI you get out of working on a strength versus working on a weakness.
Mm.
Yes, you have to, to be well-rounded, you do both. But once you understand what your strengths are, and then even more amazing, once you understand the strengths of your team or your stakeholders or your peers, then you can really leverage people and say, okay, I know I know I'm really bad at this, right? But I know this person over here is really good at it. Let me bring them into my project or into my team, whatever that is, and let me leverage their strengths because I know I'm not good at it. Now, I can do it, but it's going to take me more time. It's not going to be efficient. I'm going to struggle with it, and I'm not going to enjoy it. This person over here loves it. So they're going to bring all this energy, all this passion. Bring them in. Leverage their strength and make your team better.
You know, just kind of Actually, yeah, this is a good question. So right now we're talking a lot about teams, right? And a lot of people
Mhm.
are having to do everything virtual, or they're just trying to adjust. Maybe can you talk about what's one of the biggest lessons that you've learned about maybe working with teams virtually in this time?
Yeah, I think it's really to understand how you work with your teams, how you check in, how you engage them. I mean, when you think about or taking a content of any type of training program or even, any any type of session that used to do live, you can't take that and make it 100% virtual. You might get 50-50, 60-40 split out of it. So then it's really figuring out how am I going to deliver this? How am I going to keep people engaged? How am I going to keep them focused on what I want them to focus on? And I mean, we have some amazing tools out there, right, that really allow people to um, really touch base with each other. One of the things that I learned, for example, I teach at a university, and in mid-March we went totally virtual, and the feedback that we got from the students the first week was they missed that engagement, they missed that one-on-one, because they were sitting in a Zoom room full of 40 people.
Mm,
So the next week I put them in breakout rooms, so they got to have this one-on-one discussion, catch up with each other,
mm,
and then started giving them assignments so that they could work. It's a lot of the schools and universities that have been virtual have figured all this out already, but for the majority of us, we're learning as we go,
uh,
and it's really about taking that feedback. And with my students, I asked every week, what can I do better? What are some of your other professors doing that you really enjoy? And then figuring out how can I incorporate that into my curriculum to engage them better. And then not only that, I took it and put it into my coaching and my leadership programs,
mm,
because it's free feedback, right? I
yeah,
mean, it's all about continuous improvement. And if it works here, well, it'll work over here too. And it's just leveraging all that and leveraging that feedback and being open to receive it, because sometimes the feedback isn't what you expect it to be.
yeah,
And then you go through your own process of processing that, and eventually you get to acceptance, and that's when you do something with it.
mm. And just kind of thinking about life after this, just kind of the future. Maybe what's the vision for your life as far down the road as you like to think or talk about?
For me, I mean, what I really love about coaching and servant leadership and team dynamics and team development is just watching people grow. And it's the ripple effect. So if I coach someone and they change the way they show up and how they affect others and how they influence others, that changes the people. It's like dropping a stone in a calm pond. That ripple effect, because you approach someone in a different way and they're like, oh, well, I like the way this person did that. So then you start doing it. It's about leadership with example, right? Being the change you want to be. And for me, I love doing this and just watching that happen. And every coaching session, team development, mentoring session, whatever I do, I grow too. I learn something new about myself as well as the people that I'm working with. And it's just amazing just to see how creative people have been in this time to figure out, how do I engage? How do I connect? How do I balance work life now that it's life work kind of
Yeah,
like the these two have married together, right? I mean, now there's no boundaries, and how do I set those boundaries? And, how do I homeschool my kids and try to work at the same time? And,
yeah,
there's a lot of single parents out there, and I just, my heart goes out to them, and it's amazing what they've done. It's
yeah,
just, it's so inspiring to see what people have done, and then see how they share their ideas too. I mean, yeah, it's just really amazing how creative people can be when they're in the right mindset.
yeah,
And that's what coaching helps you do as well. Get out of that, oh, I'm stuck, I don't know where to go, I don't know what to do. And I just go on a journey with you and you figure it out. You come up with your own ideas, like this would be really good, because you know what's best. You know what's best for your work environment or for your home environment. I don't. But by creating this safe space for you, just to process and to think and explore and challenge yourself, then you come up with ideas, and it's amazing. To see that transformation and see how people are empowered, it's so inspiring for me. And then I really understand my why. You know, when I started teaching, when I started coaching, when I started servant leadership, that's when I really understood my why and where my passion lies and why I'm here. It's really to give back and pay forward.
Nice. Let me ask you this question. So, do you have anything new going on, or do you have any openings for someone who wants to work with you on the coaching or consulting side?
I do have open slots for someone who is looking for some coaching, or for some consulting for sure. Right now, I'm working with 4 other coaches. We're putting together some content to help people really be empowered and transformed. So yeah, so I mean, if there's someone looking for some coaching, or some, just some mentoring or whatever, yeah, please feel free to reach out.
So how can they go to connect, either learn more about you or connect with you further? Where can they go?
They can go to my LinkedIn page, which is Alan J. Scholnick, or my company page, which is Scholnick Coaching on LinkedIn. I have a Facebook company page as well. That's Scholnick Coaching as well. Or they can email me at alan@skolnickcoaching.com.
Okay. Just for people who are watching it auditorily or can't see the link, can you please spell out your name?
Yep. It's ALAN is the spelling of my first name. Last name is SCHOLNICK.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your time today. It was really great getting to know you more and really just learning some from your experiences.
Thank you, Bryce. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. And, once again, for those watching, we thoroughly hope that you found some value out of this. And, if you've been displaced socially and you're looking for people who want what's best for you, right now, you might be at home. And if you're starting your own business, you're probably around family members who aren't always supportive of you or don't really believe in your vision yet. If you really want to get around people who actually want you to succeed in your business venture, come and join us by clicking the link either above or below the video. It's taken a very, very, very long time to form such a great mastermind experience inside of our free community. Also, hopefully you enjoyed watching as much as we enjoyed creating it. Feel free to hit the share button so other people get some great value. Bonus question for Alan. Oftentimes as we go through our journeys in life, we have something called milestones. And traditionally, milestones have been either deemed like a success. What does the word success mean to you?
Success for me goes back to that whole my why, just empowering others to transform. So for me, it's really to watch people who feel stuck or feel, I'm not sure where to go, or have received feedback and I don't know what to do with this. See them move forward and see again how that ripple effect takes place. Think about the amount of people that we all touch in a day.
Yeah.
And imagine what that could be like when we feel empowered and we're living a fulfilled life. Imagine the effect we have on all those around us. That for me is success.
Nice. Just thanks again once more. I know that you have a lot of stuff that's going on right now, so it's really great to be able to just get a little bit of your time just to learn from you.
Thanks, Bryce. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. Have a great day.
Yeah, have a great day. And once again, for those watching, hope you enjoyed. Join our group. Click the link either above or below. See you inside, and we'll talk to you soon. We're done recording in 3 and 2 and